A tough tactical battle for United that we didn't have all our own way. So, what were the key aspects of the game? Let's go to the whiteboard. Manchester United set up with a narrow defensive formation out of possession, almost offering Southampton the wide channels. This forced Southampton to play the ball out wide, with United then backing themselves to deal with the ball in this area. But United weren't getting out quickly enough to stop the crosses, and we had to defend too many crosses coming into our box. Going to screenshots of the game, we can see how narrow United are to make it difficult for Southampton to play through us, and how United were prepared to concede the space out wide to achieve that. But instead of Eriksen or Malacia going across to Walker-Peters to cut out the crossing angle, they both go back towards goal in a straight line, giving Walker-Peters acres of space to put a cross into the box. When Southampton were getting the ball out wide, we saw an interesting tactical tweak from Ten Hag to help deal with any crosses coming in. McTominay was dropping back in between Varane and Martinez to create a back five and to add his height to the penalty box, and he won some crucial defensive headers. Going to screenshots of the game, with Ward-Prowse about to put a ball into the box, we can see how McTominay has dropped in between Varane and Martinez, and he wins the defensive header. Without the ball, Southampton defended with a 4-1-4-1 formation. Adams was putting pressure on the ball from the front. Ward-Prowse and Aribo were tying up Eriksen and McTominay, and Lavia was sweeping between Southampton's lines to prevent Fernandes finding space. United kept moving the ball along the back line to find an entry point into midfield, but Southampton were usually forcing United to go long, and Southampton centre-backs were winning the headers. Going to screenshots of the game, the right centre-back and right back are out of the picture, but we can see the rest of Southampton's 4-1-4-1 defensive formation. Adams is cutting the entry point off into midfield. Aribo and Ward-Prowse have McTominay and Eriksen tied up, and Lavia is screening Fernandes, making it impossible for Martinez to play a forward pass. United kept changing the angle of the ball to find an entry point into midfield, but from here we can see how the pressure and positioning of Southampton's formation continues to make it impossible for United to play through the field. The ball gets moved back across the back line. At this point, Adams goes after Martinez, and after a couple more passes, Martinez is forced to go long, and Southampton win the defensive header. In the second half, the turning point for United were the outside to in runs of Elanga, and how these runs disrupted Southampton's defensive formation. When Elanga got past Gineppo, Southampton didn't pass Elanga on, so whether he was running with the ball or off the ball, he was finding space for himself and creating space for Dalot when Gineppo was scrambling across to get to Elanga. This situation is just before the goal. Elanga is on the ball out wide, with Gineppo closing him down. Elanga drives in field and plays the ball to Rashford. Rashford gives it back to Elanga, who has now lost Gineppo. The numbers are there for Southampton, but no one takes responsibility for Elanga, who plays the ball to Fernandes, who gives it straight back, and a good recovery tackle stops Elanga scoring. This is the build-up to the goal. Elanga makes another outside to in run. Again, Southampton have the numbers, and there appears to be no danger, but Gineppo is moving across to engage Elanga. Elanga plays the ball into Sancho, and we can see how far Gineppo has come across, leaving Dalot free. Sancho plays the ball out to Dalot, who puts a good ball in, and Fernandes scores. The Devils' verdict is, this result was more important than the Liverpool result. If we had lost or drawn this game, the Liverpool result may as well never have happened. So credit to the team for gritting their teeth and getting through a tough game. But the big issue for Ten Hag from the Liverpool and Southampton games is United are losing the first contact on nearly every set piece that comes into our box. When you consider players like Milner and Adams are winning headers from corners, it's not a height issue. If we don't improve this soon, we will concede loads of goals from set pieces. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the game. Thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video.